Hey, how are you? How's the life going? It's shitty, I know. Well, you have already read the title, right? We are going to rank Pixar movies today. And there are going to be some controversial opinions in there. And if you think they are controversial, I think you're controversial. Your existence is controversial. Nah, I'm just kidding. Or maybe I'm not. Just like your father, when he left. Well, let's start the video. Why waste any time? We already have very little of it. Wall-E. I just finished rewatching it, so it's really fresh in my mind. This movie came out in 2008. And it's even more relevant now than it was then. When you see the state of the world we are currently in, there are terrifying similarities. You see these people floating around in pods who are so fat that they can't even move, with a screen glued to their eyes. They don't even know where they are, what they are eating. There's this one scene where, I think his name was John, he was FaceTiming his friend. And the crazy thing is, his friend was just beside him. Yeah, that's the dystopian world we are heading towards, where every one of us these days spend most of our time online. And the emotions that can be seen through Wall-E's eyes, they're just as real as any humans I know. Even more so, I would say. Also, the love dynamic, man, it beats 90% of the relationship these days. It's an S tier. No question about it. Okay, now let's move on to Cars. Honestly, this is one of the best movies that Pixar has ever made. Personally, I think I related to this movie's theme of finding yourself. And you can really see the character development of McQueen's character at the end, which is missing from most of the movies these days. I think Hollywood has forgotten how to make movies, or to tell a story even. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing over there. Probably harassing some female co-worker, I guess. Cars is also S tier. Ratatouille. The concept of this movie is truly unique. And they chose a rat for the main character. I don't think the choice could have been any better. It was perfect. A rat in a kitchen, and that too in Paris, making food that is so delicious that no one can even imagine in their wildest dreams. And fun fact, do you know they actually auditioned a bunch of rats for this role? If you don't believe me, Google it. Again, Ratatouille, it's also an S tier. Let's move on to Monster Inc. While making this video, I realized one thing. Back then, in the early 2000s, Pixar was really creative. I think whole Hollywood was creative, but specifically, Pixar was on just another level.
You saved the day again, Woody.
You're my favorite deputy.
You got a friend in me.
It's so simple and yet so perfect. They took our childhood fear of the monsters being inside the closets and they made it so entertaining that I don't think it's even possible these days. I was around 7 or 8 at the time when I first watched this movie. This movie felt like a completely unique experience. It also scared me a lot though, but nothing comes close. The horror, the trauma I faced while watching Courage, the Cowardly Dog. I still remember a few of the scenes from that show, and to this day, I get chills. If that show's whole mission was to scare kids, they definitely achieved their goal. And then some. Monster Inc.'s an S tier. Bug's Life. This movie's animation captures their world perfectly. It makes you feel how small you truly are compared to the rest of the world. And I loved the message this movie had, that you can achieve anything and tackle biggest hurdles with ease when you work together as a team. But I hated this bitch. She was like one of those teachers in the school who makes your life unnecessarily hard for no particular reason at all. A Bug's Life is A tier. And finally, Toy Story. Saying that this movie holds memory from your childhood is a gross understatement. Toy Story was a completely different kind of movie when it came out. While watching it at the time, felt like you were actually in their world. It was truly special. I'm sure most of us don't remember the whole movie, but we remember few scenes, just few of those glimpses, and we all cherish a different version from it that we carry to this day from our childhood. Do I even have to say this? It's an S tier. The character of Woody and Buzz Lightyear, I think they are one of the most iconic characters of all time, and rightfully so. Every second when they are on the screen is just pure gold. So what do you think about these rankings, guys? I would love to hear your opinions about your favorite Pixar movie, so feel free to write them down in the comment section. And before you go, please subscribe to my channel. Take care now, bye guys.